I want to just take a moment to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. It's really meant a lot to all of us here at the 110 Nation, for all the birthday wishes that have come in, if it be the videos or the audio clips. Um, it's just been really cool. And when this whole dream started back on April 15, 2011, none of us, to include myself, could have ever imagined that we would be here and growing still every single day, and have had the opportunity to meet some of the greatest athletes that walk the face of this planet. And it just been a really cool ride, and I really want to make sure that I take a moment to thank both the hosts over the Dirt Talk Hour, Chris and Damien. Sunday nights, they've put Sunday nights on the map for us here on the 110 Nation Sports Radio Network, with their Dirt Talk local dirt track show. They just do a phenomenal job with it, and it's always a great time to not only be able to listen in and produce it, but also be able to participate and get to add my 2 cents, and how I'm included into that is really cool, and I have a blast with it. And I got to thank Steve Billmeyer. I think most of the time he thinks that I'm kind of joking when I say that he's like a legend to me, but he is. I mean, where else do I get to work with somebody that is crew chief, some of the biggest names in NASCAR, and who was a great part of one of the greatest movies that well, I'm not gonna say one of the greatest movies, but one of my favorite movies, in Days of Thunder, and just his knowledge and the fact that he's been around and joined us. And I get the opportunity on Monday nights with Rubbing is Racing to get his pick his brain on what we've seen the previous weekend. And then on Thursday nights, him and Mike doing Racing with Big Sweat, local track racing show as well. And I get to participate in that and get to listen in on some great shows and great guests. And like last night was phenomenal. I know we had some technical difficulties. I don't know what was up with Blog Talk Radio. I think I put everybody back in the studio like 1,000 times last night in the hour and I think about 40 minutes we were on the air. But it was a great show. We had really great guests last night, and it was a really great time to be able to listen into another episode of that. I got to thank Shannon and Marine for joining the 110 Nation, allowing us to replay their shows on Saturdays here, and when they have more than one show during the week, we plug them in as well. A great addition, get their insights in the racing world as well. They put on a phenomenal show. Love having them part of the 110 Nation. Just another piece of the puzzle that's helping us continue to grow. Izzo joining us on Tuesday nights to put the NHL aspect to the 110 Nation on the map. Before then, we had no NHL presence, and what he has done for our NHL presence and what he has done for the Tuesday night show is second to none. And last but not least, Miss Lee. I don't know if there would even be a 110 Nation if there was not Miss Lee. What she does behind the scenes, the contacts, her keeping up with all her guests, their information, rescheduling them. Everybody that we had on the show this week, the familiar faces and just everything. And this whole project of the videos and the audio clips was really my idea. And of course, Miss Lee was the one that had to get it done. And I don't know where we would be. And I also want to make sure that I shout out to Ms. Jules, who helped get this thing started way back about 3 years ago, the 110 Nation Sports Show anyway. We were around for a couple years, and then it wasn't really until after 2 years that things started to go in the direction that we are where we are now today. The late Miss Brandy Lovingood, we miss her. She's in a better place, and without her, we would have not been doing all the traveling and had all the opportunities that we've had. Brandon Medeiros over in GMB Sports, having him on our network for the longest time, and us collaborating things right now. They help put us, help us grow to where we are, and has kind of helped set a standard and help push us to want to be better and do things like they do things over there in GMB Sports. Jay Spearman, a good friend, unfortunately a Wolverine fan, but I don't hold that against him. OH, but his NBA knowledge that he brought to our shows for the longest time, and the conversations I still get to have with him is, priceless. But all these pieces to the puzzle. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. Shorty, about got in trouble for that one. Without her, this last year, 2 years, we probably would have folded. She was a lot of the financial backing over the last 2 years, making it where I can make it to the races and make it to the different events that we've gotten to go to, and be able to afford to run the operation, the day-to-day expenses. A lot of that was made possible because of Shorty, and without her, there's no doubt, especially on the financial side of the house, we would have not made it through the last couple of years where finances were tough in the household. So I definitely want to take an opportunity to thank every one of you guys, all the great guests, all the returning guests, from the Dylan Martins, the Hannah Newhouses, Amber Balkans, Max Pappas, Mason Mitchells, Jay Havens. I know there's a lot of names out there. There's a lot of returning guests that we've had multiple times. If it wasn't from the NHL to iRacing to the Globetrotters to you name it over the last 5 years, more specifically the last 3 years when we really started, getting to 110 to be where it's at now. Without all these great guests, we definitely would not be here as well. They help bring in the masses. They help make one more person want to tune in, and most importantly, I got to thank God. I got to thank my family for all the support that I have had over the last 5 years, and I got to thank you guys, the listeners, the fans. We grow every single day, and it's truly a blessing, and it's truly humbling to see us continuously grow day after day. And without your guys' support, without you guys tuning into the shows, reading the articles, sharing the Facebook's post, retweeting this, retweeting that, all the PRs that we work with, all the different race teams we work with, without all you guys, we would not be doing, still be able to do what we're doing. 5 years, that's something that doesn't happen for a lot of people. A lot of people, unfortunately, jump into this thinking it's something to make money and that's it. And trust me, nowhere close to making money. It's really just about the passion. It is really about us being able to do what we want to do, that we passionately love to do. And we do it because we love to, not because we get paid to do it. And that separates us making it 5 years and those that you only see do shows or have sites for a few months or maybe a year and pull the plug. If you ain't got the passion, you have no business being, doing this. And we might not have the biggest staff in the world, but I have the most passionate staff in the world, and that's all that matters. I would rather just have 6 people that are just as passionate as we are versus having 100 people and nobody have any passion. They're just there to collect a paycheck or play Big Willie or whatever you want to call it. But I didn't mean for this to last 10 minutes, but there's just a lot of people that I got to thank, a lot of people I want to make sure I didn't leave out in hitting this 5-year mark today. Trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to say in this. I was only planning on being here about 3 to 5 minutes, and now that I'm only 30 seconds from 10 minutes, I figured I would go ahead and make it last 10 minutes. But anyway, just seriously, I want to thank everybody. Make sure you guys check out the shows Monday through Friday. Got the 110 Nation Sports Show at 9 p.m. Monday nights, Rubbing is Racing at 7 p.m. Thursday nights, Racing with Big Sweat, 9 p.m. Saturdays, Happy Hour Garage at noon. And Sunday nights, the Dirt Talk Hour at 9 p.m. Check out our blog site, www.the110nationsports.com. Check out our company site, www.the110nation.com. Check us out on Twitter. You can follow me at CJSports1, the 110 Nation at 110 Nation. Check out our Facebook page, my personal fan page, Mr. CJ Sports, the 110 Nation fan page, 110 Nation Sports. Would really like to be able to do this another 5 years. I'm not one of those people that do it every year. It's one of those things that's milestones. There's a year 1, year 5, year 10, and so forth. So we'll definitely be around, and here's to another 5 years. Thank everybody, and let's do this again.